All right, let's get this show started!
In today's news, DRICUS, PLESSIS, and Israel Adesanya have an intense face-off. During Thursday's UFC 305 press conference, Izzy and DDP went face-to-face for the first time ahead of their bout, and it got a bit heated. The UFC later posted a clip on social media of DRICUS and Izzy's reaction to the intense face-off.
Trying to convince himself that he still wants to be here, and I'm just here to let him know it's okay, it's over. It's over. They call it a day, call it a career. He's shorter than I thought, so that makes it worse for him, because I'm a thick boy.
That was awesome. That was just because, you know, I wasn't really like, oh, what's going to happen? I was just like, you know, we'll get there when we get there. And then when we got there, it was like riding a bike. He's still here.
That's the feeling we do this for, you know, getting that excitement. You know, that's exactly what he's lacking. He's lost that hunger for the game. He's lost that excitement for it. I lose that excitement today, I'll call it a career. And I believe me, there's a lot of excitement in this heart.
We've been here before. We have. We've been here before.
Woo! Diaz defends Dana White against critics of UFC fighter pay. Diaz is undoubtedly one of the biggest stars in UFC history and also one of its highest earners. But the UFC has come under intense scrutiny in recent years for the checks they write the fighters on their roster. During a recent appearance on the All Smoke podcast, Diaz defended the company and shared why he believes criticism of how the UFC pays its fighters is overblown. He said, "I don't think people have the concept of what money is and how much. I think Dana White gets a bad rep. I'm not giving him a good one, but bro, he's paying a lot more people a lot more money than people think. I just don't think people know what's what. I want more money too. Give those motherfuckers some more money. Give me more money too. But he's paying a lot of people a lot of money, more than the boxing fighters. As far as combat sports say, boxing pays the highest paid fighters a lot more than the UFC has. But the UFC, I think, pays a lot more people a lot of money. He pays the whole roster a bunch of fucking shit. People, when they make this shit happen though, they should get their own shit." Cosm has opened their first immersive venue in LA. The UFC and Cosm, a leading immersive technology, media, and entertainment company, recently announced a multi-year partnership to deliver a completely new way of experiencing the biggest UFC events from around the globe. Under the new partnership, Cosm will produce and present live UFC pay-per-view events in immersive 8K at its forthcoming venues. The venue, a neighbor to the likes of SoFi Stadium and the soon-to-open Intuit Dome, a 65,000 square foot structure that features an LED dome that is 87 feet in diameter. The space pairs 8K plus video resolution and spatial audio for an immersive front row seat experience from afar. UFC 303 was the very first event to launch live in the venue. Check this.
They just waited to show up for this fight.
Jon Jones reacts to black magic troubles of the UFC. Jones recently took to X and talked about the spirit channeling and dark magic that has enveloped the conversations regarding mixed martial arts ever since JIRI PROCHAZKA accused Alex Pereira of indulging in shamanic rituals. The UFC champ wrote, There has been a lot of talk about spirit channeling and magic in MMA lately. This stuff is all very real. I felt all types of weird energies walking into those arenas, looking certain opponents in the eyes. I want to let you all know that Jesus Christ is king. He is and always will be undefeated. Every knee shall bow. Michelle Waterson explains her decision to retire after UFC 303's loss. The karate hottie, one of the most influential figures in women's mixed martial arts history, announced her retirement following a unanimous decision loss to Julian Robertson on the UFC 303 undercard this past Saturday night. Gomez debuted in the UFC back in 2015 after previously reigning as atomweight champion in Invicta FC. She moved to the strawweight division in the UFC, and despite being undersized in many of her fights, she still managed to maintain a top 15 ranking for much of her career. Michelle retired with an 18-13 overall record in her MMA career, losing 7 of her past 8 fights. A few days after the announcement, Waterson went on the MMA Today show, where she reflected on her career and explained the decision to retire.
It's probably all of it, you know. Fighting is all I've ever known. Yeah. I turned pro when I was 21, you know. 2 weeks right after I turned 21, I became a professional fighter, and that's all I've ever known. That's all I've ever done. And so, understanding that I'm retiring, it is a little bit bittersweet. It's definitely not the way I wanted to go out it, but it's also, that's the fight game for you. That's why I've fallen in love with it over and over and over again, because there's nothing like it. It's so raw. Everything's peeled back. It is what it is, and that's how life is. And I think the fight before this, I started feeling differently about fighting, about my career. I was kind of salty about it, and a little bit starting to kind of distance myself from my career, because sometimes you can feel like you're drowning, and sometimes you can feel like you know, what's it all for? And just receiving all the love from all the fans and all my family and everybody that's followed my career really kind of just reassured me that it was not all for nothing, that you know, that sharing my journey and all the ups and downs was for something.
It's time for today's top memes. Third place was found over on Instagram and was posted by As Shopped As It Gets. Second place meme was found over on IG and was posted by TMM Official. The top picked meme was found over on Reddit and was posted by your boy Dan. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe to stay in the talk.